Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Wendy, and today we're going to be talking about dandelions. A lot of you might look at a dandelion as a pesky garden weed or a lawn weed, and you want nothing more than to just get rid of them. But I'm here to tell you, don't do that, because they are chock full of vitamins and nutrients, and they contain a lot of antioxidants. They are good at lowering your cholesterol. They're good at fighting inflammation. They are known to help regulate blood sugar. And the biggest thing is they help with reducing blood pressure. The dandelion can act as a natural diuretic. And if you have high blood pressure, you're probably prescribed a diuretic. So before you go eating a lot of dandelions, talk to your doctor first to make sure that it's okay if you are on those medications. So there's three parts to the dandelion. The yellow part is the flower, which is what we're going to use. And it can be used in things to make teas or wine. And for us today, we're going to use it to make a jelly out of. And I have never done this before. I have no idea what this is going to taste like, but from what I have read, they call it poor man's honey. So it has that flavor of honey to it. And once you add the pectin and the sugar, it thickens up. So I will show you how to do that. But you can also eat the greens off of it. The greens provide a lot of vitamins. They are chock full of vitamins A, C, and K, and they also contain a lot of potassium as well. You can eat the greens either cold in like a salad, or you can eat them hot. You can cook them. And you can also dig the root up and you can roast that and make a tea out of it. Now they do sell dandelion root tea blends on the internet. It kind of looks like coffee when it's brewed. I personally have never tried it, but I did look it up to see if it did exist, and it does. So that might be something you want to try too if you're into using what nature gives us to treat your ailments. Today, however, we are focusing on the yellow piece, which is the flower. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 cups of the flower. So whenever I start picking, I'm going to pick more than that, because we need to take the green parts off. And once you take that green part off, it's going to take quite a few flowers to come up with 2 cups. So let's get started. So when you pick them, we're just going to go ahead and pick them right out. But whenever we go back into the house, we're going to be taking off all of this green part here because it can be bitter. And we just want the yellow part. Okay, so I'll show you how to remove that once we get inside. Once you have your dandelions picked, go ahead and give them a good rinse, because you want to get any bugs or ants or anything that might, insect-wise, that might be inside the middle of the flower. We need 2 cups of the flower piece. So I have a 2-cup measuring cup here. So we'll just fill this up to the 2-cup line, and then we'll know we're good. So I have washed these off to get rid of any bugs. What you want to do is separate the green from the yellow. Like I said before, the green part can be bitter. So all we want are the yellow leaves. So all you do is just pull them apart and just drop the leaves down in. That's it. And keep doing this over and over again until you have 2 cups. And trust me, it's probably going to take a while to get 2 cups of these flowers. Find a jar to put your dandelion petals in. And then you're going to take 4 cups of boiling water and pour in on top of this. And then you're going to let it cool to room temperature and then put it in your fridge overnight. This is what our tea looks like the next day. And we're getting ready to start to make our jelly. So what you're going to need to do is get yourself a fine mesh strainer like this one. Put it over a measuring cup, because you're going to want 3.5 cups of this. Okay? And make sure once you pour it in here that you firmly press the dandelions up against to make sure that you're extracting everything and all the flavor that you can out of it. I have heard that it does smell like grass. That's okay, because once we add in the pectin, the lemon juice, and the sugar, it will change that taste. Okay, so let me show you what to do. I'm going to move my sugar over. Now my dandelions are still very saturated, so I'm just going to press down on this, and you can see all the liquid that's still coming out of it. And I'll turn that over. And then just keep pressing it down. We are almost right at 3.5 cups here, so I'm not too concerned that we're not going to have enough liquid. Now this will need to be water bath canned, so hopefully you have your jars already washed and cleaned and your water is in your water bath canner. Okay, and we are right at 3.5 cups. Now at this point, our recipe says that we need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So we're just going to add this right into it. Okay. And then you're going to pour all of this into a larger pot on the stove. You're going to add 1 box of pectin to your dandelion tea and your lemon juice. You're going to bring this up to a boil. Once that reaches the boiling point, you're going to stir in 4 cups of sugar. We're going to ladle this into our hot jars. And you guys, I have all different sizes of jars here, but we're going to use it up to 1/4 inch of headspace. I'm only using the jars I have on hand. I'm not going out and buying any other jars. When you're done filling your jars, they need to be, the rims need to be wiped down. These will process for 10 minutes. And if you're like me that has a different altitude than the 10 minutes is called for, I have to process mine for 15. So these will go for 15 minutes. Oh, look at the beautiful color on this. I'm super excited to try this. Now, if you have any left over, get yourself another jar to put the remaining liquid in. And we're just going to dump the rest of this right into this jar. Now, this isn't enough to make a full jar, so this is what will get used first. Oh my gosh, you guys, it tastes like honey. Absolutely tastes like honey. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We made this from what we all thought were weeds from our backyard. It's amazing. Okay. Next, we're going to take a knife. Even though this is a liquid, you want to try and get as many bubble pockets out as you can. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, and I can see I have a lot, oh, these jars are hot, stuff around the rims here that we need to get off. So make sure you do this process thoroughly. Otherwise, it will prevent your jars from sealing. Alright, let's do these ones here first. We'll get these in the canner. Being prepared ahead of time is key. Having everything washed, cleaned, rinsed, and ready to go before you get started is really important. These jars are hot. When you pick these up, it is straight up and into the canner. You can see I do not have enough water in my pot, so I need to get my kettle going to be able to pour enough water to get 2 inches of clearance over top of the jars. We are at a rolling boil, so we will set our timer for 15 minutes. Here is the finished product, and we have 5 jars of what is called poor man's honey made from dandelions. So hopefully you guys go out to your yard, find a place that hasn't been sprayed with pesticides or has animal droppings on it, and pick yourself some dandelions and have fun making some poor man's honey. Thank you for watching and have a great day.